if at all I ask these application type question in the exam. Okay, so let me come back to my question again, just to for this video sake. So the question was, we needed to display a 4-digit display which is need to be displayed for the given decimal input. I will be giving 4 decimal input and this 4-digit need to be displayed. So this is what we are trying to understand now. So now if I want to do this, I am showing you this diagram in which we have an IC for 74LS47 which takes this binary value and displays this. So you people have made a circuit. You did one problem in which you had made this truth table, exclusive truth table you made, where you were giving your 4 binary input and you were getting your 7 segment display output. So whatever input you were giving, as per that your 7 segment display was glowing or not glowing and giving the display for the proper number. So for example, here 0010 is a 2, and when you give a 2 here 2 gets displayed. How this happened, that you have done at your level in one problem in previous class. Same way, when I am giving here 0111, that is a 7, here 7 is getting displayed. So whatever we give here get displayed there. So exclusive circuit, the digital circuit of this we have made in one of the previous class. So the circuit what you have made along with certain more things comes in market with the name of 74LS47. But 74LS47 comes not only with this 4 binary input, there are few more input. So I will tell you what input it is. One is this LT bar. LT means lamp test. You will do this in your lab also. So it is better that if you understand it completely. So lamp test is an active low input. So this is only for testing the lamp that it is working. So if it is working and you want the if you want to test the lamp, that time you make it 0 and you test your lamp. Lamp is nothing but testing your those 7 LEDs working of that. So for only for that checking mode or inspection mode only, this LT bar is being used. For application purpose, we make it high. That means this is not activated and you keep on your display application. But if I make this LT as 0 for active low, then this is used as a control to test your LED or lamp. So this is one of the input which you should know what it is for. Then you have something called as RBI bar. And RBI bar, it is a enabling input. It is an enabling input to either it will be to disable. It will be used to enable a given display. A given display digit it is used for. It is a enable pin. So if it is as you can see, it is active low. And the same way you have one more that is called as RBO. That is, it is called RBI means ripple binary input. RBO means ripple binary output. Okay. Now what is the meaning of this? Ripple binary input and ripple binary output is used in between two such ICs to make it work for the specific given input. Because generally whenever we are using these 7 segment display, we don't use a single one. We cascade like this, because this 4 digit will give me a 4 digit number which is in thousands. So the number here at hundreds place depends upon this one. Suppose for example, if you are making a counter using it, so when 0 to 9 happens, it will be 0 to 9 here. But when you want to make it 10, this LED should know that my job starts now. So this ripple binary output and ripple binary input means RBI from here and RBO from here gets connected, and then they talk to each other. They talk to each other to know that whether I have to work in conjunction with my adjacent ICs. So RBI and RBO, these are all are taking care of connecting the adjacent 7-segment display. Okay, so this is about your these two extra inputs here. Okay, anyway, my purpose here was not to connect all this. My purpose here was to make you understand about the connection of encoders and decoders for your specific application. So when I see that in market I get these ICs of LED display, I also get IC for this binary to 7-segment decoder. I connect it like this. So this diagram says half of my answer. So this binary input is given to this decoder, which will glow this LED. So this part is okay. But I gave in my question that I am not giving you binary input. I am giving you decimal input. So that means what? You need something more other than these two ICs. So what do you need is, you need a encoder. Encoder we have done in the last class, and I will show you, I am trying to show you the application of that encoder. So what you require, one more circuit before that binary input is this one, 10 line to BCD encoder. So what is this IC? This IC is 74LS147. So you can see this is an active low input and active low output. I told that I am planning to give you only a decimal input. So I will give a decimal input to this. It will give me active low BCD output here, and this ABCD will be connected to this specific 4-line input, and then you will get what I am asking. So you will require how many encoders then? How many encoders you require? Yeah, tell me.
4.
You require a 4 encoder. You require a 474LS147. You also require 74LS47 also 4, and you also require 4 number these LED. So you will have to see whether whatever you are using is active low and active high thing. You will have to see. Now, for example, this 74LS47, this 74LS47, this specific IC, if it is taking active low, then we don't have any problem, because at least we understand that this encoder is having an active low output. So if you are connecting an active low output to another IC which have active low input, you can directly connect. But if it is active high IC input and active low, then you will have to connect a series of NOT gate to make it compatible. That also is an important thing to understand. Okay, so I wanted to make you understand the importance of these decoders and encoders with the current application, whatever we see around us. Okay, so now yesterday I had discussed about the priority encoder with active low input and active low output. So this example I gave you today. Now I want to tell you what is the connection. The connection of this you need to understand. Okay, so now let us go back to the next part of our class. So this part I have discussed with you. I hope it is clear to all of you what I discussed just now. It's clear or not? This application. Next we will go for, if it is clear, very nice. If it is not clear, you should ask, but if you remain silent, I will not know anything. So next what we have to do is 10 line to BCD encoder. You need to know the truth table circuit of this. Okay, now you have to 74LS147. I will show you the truth table. Okay, now all of you have to understand this truth table with me carefully. Now what you can see, this is again a priority encoder. We had seen something like this yesterday, but we had seen only we had seen 4 4:2 encoder we saw yesterday, right? Now this is your 10:4 encoder, priority encoder. So as you can see, it is a active low only, right? It is a active low only. So what you can see here is, and it is a priority encoder. So when your all the inputs are 111, means it is trying to say that it is a the screen, you are not able to see the, yes, if you people don't respond, I will not know what is coming to your screen.
Now we are able to see.
Okay, fine, thank you. Okay, now let me come back to the, let me come back to the truth table. As you have seen this truth table before, so you should be able to understand this truth table now. So for a decimal value 0, what is happening? You have all your inputs as 1. All input 1 means what? It is showing the output as 1. But yesterday what did I had told you? That for a 0 it is, for a 1 it is a 1 here, means it is trying to say that input is 0. If it is not selected, then output will become high impedance. But if output is 111, means it is trying to encode a 0 input. Coming to this 1 and all rest 1 for 0 and all rest 1, it is trying to show that it is a 0. 0, sorry, it is a 1. So active low output as 1 means your LSB is 0. So it is trying to say that it is a 1. Same way it goes on like this. But you have to see that it is having a priority, and this is also giving this is giving a priority to your MSB only. It is giving priority to MSB. So just to understand what is the meaning of priority to MSB means, if for example 7 is a 0 here and a 5 is also a 0 here, so whether it will take it as a 5 input or 7 input. So as the truth table shows for this third last row, that if 5 as well as 7 is 0 and 0, it will give priority to 7, and at the output it will show 7 only as output. It will show 7 only as output. Why? Because it is taking this 7 0 and it is taking this 5 as don't care. So down to 7, whatever is there, whether it is a 0 or 1, it does not bother. It will select 7 as the encoded output, and it will show 1000 here like this. So this is the truth table of 10 line to BCD encoder for an active low input and an active low output with priority given to MSB. You people can note down this thing, whatever I am saying. It is an active low input and active low output with priority given to MSB. How that priority is shown in the truth table, I have explained you just now. Now you are supposed to make a circuit of it or make an equation of it. So I had told you in the last class how to make an equation for this. Now, if you see this, I have shared this in Google Classroom. You can see this and you can tell me what will be the equation for D output. Anyone can tell me what will be the equation for D output. Based upon yesterday's class, you can tell me what will be the input of D output. How do you see that? You will have 0 and 0 here.
0 0.
So
For 8 and 9.
Ma'am, X8 and X9.
Yes, it is. D will be for, D is 0 for 8 and 9. So what will be the equation look like? I will call it as D1, D2, D3 till D9. The name is given like that, you imagine. Now tell me the equation. D will be equal to this as D9.
D8 bar,
Correct.
D8 bar plus D9. No, ma'am, it will be D8 plus D9 bar.
Yeah, it will be D8 plus D9 bar for this one. Second
Into
last one.
into D9.
Correct. Into D9. So this is the equation for your D. What will be the equation for C? You have 4 zeros here. You have 4 zeros here. So what will the equation look like? If I come to this one, it will be what? It will be D7 plus D8 bar. Just a second. D7 plus D8 bar and D9 bar. Right? Now coming to this one, it will be what? D6 plus D7 bar, D8 bar, D9 bar. Coming to the this one, it will be D5 plus D6 bar, D7 bar, D8 bar, D9 bar. Are you understanding this equation?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I have written the equation for D now, and I am writing the equation for C now. Okay. So equation for C, I am starting from bottom. Okay. I had told you the first, there are 4 zeros in C column. No, there are 4 zeros in C column. So you have for first one D7 plus D8 bar plus D9 bar. Next, for the next one we saw when we are having 0 at D6. So what is happening? I have a D6 and rest all higher MSBs has to come in this form. It has to come in this form, right? Now, the next one, it is selecting D5. So D5 will be, see, first it was D7, then D6, now D5. So D5 it will show, and rest all MSBs has to be shown with a complement, so that you understand that it is a priority given to MSB. So if all other MSBs are 1, then only D5 will be selected. In the same way, D4 will be selected only if D5 to D9 are 1. So that is why we have to list all the higher MSBs here. D7, D8 and D9. Okay, are you understanding this D and C equation? Okay, now I want you to remember something called as elimination law or absorption law, anything you can call. And what is that law? That law says that if I have a dot A bar plus B, then this reduces to A B, means A dot B. So what is happening? If in this product of some form, if I have a variable here, and if I have a complement of that variable in another term, that complemented terms get absorbed, and you are finally left with the terms which does not have the complement of this term. Why I am explaining you this here? Because this circuit reduces to something and the final circuit comes out to be something else. So what I am trying to say is, based upon this law, when you see D7 plus D8 bar plus D9 bar, and in another term you see this D7 bar again, all these are product terms, product of some terms. So in one term, if D7 has come, and in another term D7 bar is coming, this D7 bar will not to be seen. It will get eliminated with the Boolean simplification law, which I am trying to show you here. This Boolean simplification law shows that if any variable is present here and complement is also present in another term, another sum term in this product of sum, then this another term gets absorbed or it gets eliminated. So in the same ground, this D7 bar will get absorbed in this term. this D7 bar will get absorbed in this term. Why it will get absorbed? Because D7 was available in the adjacent term. Now, coming on to this term, D8 bar is there, D8 bar is there, no problem. But when you come to this term again now, D5 no problem, but the same thing will be seen for D6 bar, because D6 was present here, this D6 bar will get absorbed. Then because D7 was present here, D7 bar will get absorbed. If you people want, you can expand these term and verify whatever I am saying. Okay, but this is something which you people know already. You should only apply here. So this D6 bar and D7 bar gets absorbed. Why? Because D6 and D7 was present in other some terms. Now you tell me what all will get absorbed in this term then, last term? Will get absorbed or will get eliminated in this last term? Quickly. In the same ground, what all will get absorbed? Are you not understanding? Yes, tell me. Am I audible? Why you are not answering?
Yes, ma'am, you're audible.
Yes, sir.
So you people are understanding or not? Why you are not answering? In the same grounds, what all will get absorbed here? I have can D4 get absorbed? No, it is coming for the first time. D5 bar, can it be absorbed? Any complement of D5 bar is available? Yes, it is available in other term. So this D5 bar will get absorbed. Same way D6 bar will get absorbed. Yes, it will get absorbed because of this D6. D7 bar will get absorbed because of this D7. Can D8 bar absorbed? No, it can't be absorbed because no D8 is present in this C term. So that way you will have your D5, D6 and D7 getting absorbed or eliminated in this term. So this will get absorbed. So final equation will have what all things? A C will have D7 plus D8 bar plus D9 bar, and your second term will have only D6 plus D8 bar plus D9 bar. Third term will have D5 plus D8 bar plus D9 bar, and last term will have D4 plus D8 bar plus D9 bar. All this is happening only for C. The same thing will happen for B and A also, but based upon the truth table. I hope you people are with me to understand what we are trying to see here. So I will show you this one again back. You have equation with you, right? Now you can see, because in each equation you had D8 bar plus D9 bar. Can you see? For D equation, what is required? D8 plus D9 bar dot D9, right? So the same thing you will see in this circuit now. I hope you people understand that a NOR will take care of the term what we want. So here you can see D9 and D8. D9 and D8 is getting connected here, right? D9 and D8. So what you can see here now is, in C, what we had, we got 4 product term. We got 4 sum term, and 4 sum term is being connected because D8 plus D9 bar was coming for all. So that is why D8 and D9, they had kept one NOR gate here, and it is coming here, and it is getting ANDed with D7. Okay, so now again I want you people to see why a NOR gate is connected, why a AND gate is connected, and why again NOR gate is connected here. I want you people to analyze this, because what I have written is a simple sum of product, but you have to analyze how the connection has happened for these four AND gate. I already gave you the simple equation for that, in which each term was having D8 bar plus D9 bar. So you can see that D8 bar and D9 bar is NOR here, not odd. It is NOR here. Why it is not? Because later and further NOR is coming. You can write these equation and you can check whether things are happening the way it is written in the equation or not. So you can see the four terms were there, and in all the four term D8 bar plus D9 bar was there. So that is why you can see that this D8 bar and D9 bar is getting connected in all the four AND gates. And apart from this, what was coming in those AND gates? In one D4, next D5, next D6, and next D7 was coming. So you can see that in this AND gate and in this AND gate, you are having D7, and in this AND gate you are having D6. This AND gate you are having D5, and in this AND gate you are having a D4. So I am trying to explain you this circuit with respect to D and C. If you understand this, you will understand B and A on your own. So I want you to analyze this and understand this. Okay. So this is about 74LS147. I think you people are not paying enough attention to understand, because I'm not getting that response. Anyway, if you want time, you can get back after the analysis of this. So this thing, what I am trying to show is with respect to 74LS147, active high input and active low output. You are able to make the equation from this truth table only. So first thing, you should understand to make this truth table. After that, using this truth table, you should understand to make the equation and simplify the equation only with a small Boolean algebra. You simplify the equation and then you make this circuit. So this is your 10 line to BCD encoder, which is nothing but the internal circuit of 74LS147. The way you have this 10 input to 4 output, that is 10 to 4 encoder, same way we have something called as 8 to 3 encoder. 8 line to 3 encoder, all logic remains same. All logic remains same. I will come to the truth table. In this truth table, it is all same. If enable input is being shown here, and what do you think, this enable input is active high or active low? This enable input is active high or active low?
Active low.
Active? Active low or active high?
Active low, ma'am.
Correct. It is active low, because if it is 1, it is taking all as don't care, and if it is 0, things are working. So it is active low enable input, which is making the encoder enable by making the active enable input as 0. Again, it is a priority encoder. Now, this is giving priority to LSB or MSB. Analyze and tell me. Analyze and tell me, it is giving priority to MSB or LSB. How do we check that? We check with any row, and I take this row where 5, column where 5 is 0. 5 is 0, and at the same time, if any of this 0 to 4 also becomes 0, will it select 5 or will it select this 0 to 4? It will select 5 only, right? Because these are don't care. So this shows that it is also giving priority to MSB. So this is again your active low input, as you can see in the truth table. Same way, it is a active, you can see if it is selecting 6, it is what? 0, 0, 1. So that means what? Output is also active low. Now, enable input is something which you all know, and you can see in this truth table also. Now you can see there is something extra here. One GS is there, one E naught is there. So what is this E0? It is called as enable output. Enable output. What you can see in this is enable output is 1. Enable output is 1 for all this. Now, what we understand with this enable output, you can see here, it is written here itself. When EO is active, no priority event connected to the IC is present. EO is used as the enable input to the next low priority encoder. The priority encoder truth table is shown. So again, EI and EO. See, EI is something which is the general enable input, which you have seen in your previous circuits also, previous ICs also. But EO is something which is new to you, so you should understand it carefully. Now there is something called as GS also. What do you mean by this GS? GS is called as group select. You can write down group select. When you want to cascade two encoders to make a bigger encoder. For example, it is a 8 to 3 line priority encoder. If I want to make it as 16 to 4 encoder, I can use this GS and E0 for cascading purpose. You people had seen, no, how we were using the enable pins of decoder. We were playing around with the enable pin of decoder to cascade. The same way encoder can also be cascaded, and to cascade that we require these two specific pin. One is GS, that is group select, and one is EO, that is enable output. Enable input is just to enable the IC. Enable output and group select is used for cascading the two ICs. And what do you mean by cascading? See, the GS is active low. Please make a note of it. GS is a active low pin. And when it goes low, when it goes low automatically as soon as any of the input of the encoder is active. So you can see here, if any one of the input is active, means from 0 to 7, if anyone is active, immediately this GS will go low. And if none of the input is active, as you can see in the second row and the first row, if it is not active, your GS remains high. So this is an important thing to note. Please make a note of it, that GS goes low as soon as any of the input, if any of the input becomes active, GS goes low because it is an active low output. Active low output. And for EO also you write down, EO is a active low signal. It is a, all of you please note it down. EO is a active low signal that can be used to cascade several devices to form a larger priority encoding system. So EO is something which is used for cascading purpose. It is written here somewhere. I will show you. See, here it is written in the book. I have anyway shared this with you. GS dash goes low when any of the input of the encoder is active, and EO is an active low signal that can be used to cascade several devices to form a larger priority encoder system. Now I will show you one diagram. See, this is your IC diagram of 8:3 encoder. So these are your 8 active low input, and this is your 3 active low output. This is your enable input, which is active low here. You can see here, enable input, and this is your enable output, which is active high. You can see that there is no triangle made here. Enable output is active high, and group select is active low. As soon as any one of the data input becomes active, this group select goes to 0. And how cascading happens, I will show you that also. See, this is the control system to make the connection. So this group select goes and get connected to the input enable of the next one. Okay, see, you can see, no, it is 0. It is 0. When it is connected to the next one, when it is connected to the next one, when it is connected to the next one, this 0 and output, you imagine here one more encoder is connected here. So this group select will go and get connect to enable input of that encoder. Active low this one, active low that one. So it will be able to cascade both the encoder properly. So this is how encoders are cascaded also, to make a higher order encoding system. So this is all about 74LS148. This is shared with you. Have a look. Any doubt, you have to come back to me. The way I had shown you the working of 74LS147, that is your 10:4 encoder. In the same way, using this truth table, you should be able to make the equation for A2, A1 and A0, and then you get your this IC, this circuit. Okay. So this is what you need to complete it. So this finishes your encoder and decoder completely. Okay. This diagram is simply they are trying to show you the keypad, and if you are connecting it with a 4 inputs are getting connected with these 10 keypad. These 10 inputs are getting connected with the keypad. So what is happening, you can understand. For example, if I press this 9, what will happen? You know this much of electronic circuit, na? You tell me what will happen. If I press this 9, what will happen? Quickly. If nothing is pressed, what is happening? If nothing is pressed, what is happening? What voltage you will get for all these 1 to 9? If nothing is pressed.
VCC, ma'am.
Yeah, very right. So if nothing is pressed, all this is connected to VCC, and VCC means it is logic high. If it is connected to VCC means all logic high. So all are 1 1 1 1 1 in that case. And if all are 1 1 1 in that case, means what? It is not selecting anything. It is not selecting anything, and it is like you will get all no selection at the, no encoding selection at the output. Now suppose if I press this 9, what will happen? What will happen if I press
9 will be enabled, ma'am.
9 will be enabled means what will be the voltage at 9?
It will be 0.
Correct. See, if all these are not pressed, all these 1 to 8 will remain at VCC the way it was there before. But if I press this 9, connection get established with this 9 to this ground. So what you will get here? You will get a 0 here with this ground. You will get a 0 here, and at 9 you will start getting a 0. A 9 0 means what this encoder IC will do? It will give you a 9 output here. And what is a 9 output? It is a 0 1 1 0, right? It is a 0 1 1 0. So if a 9 is selected, D becomes 0, BC becomes 1 1, and A becomes 0. So a 9 comes here. So they are just trying to show a 10 keypad with respect to your 10:4 encoder. Okay, so this finishes your syllabus for the first internal, which is having complete module 1, and module 2 up to encoder, decoder and encoder complete will be there.